I tell you, the biggest challenge is technician growth, and it's been a challenge for years, and I don't see it getting any better. So we really got to dig down deep with get in contact with our colleges, get on the boards of the colleges, find alternative programs, grow your own techs. You got to be continuously recruiting.
Welcome to Retention Roadmap, navigating service success for new car dealerships. I'm thrilled to have with me today Jerry Romano, owner and chief of operations for Windward Hyundai, Windward Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, both located in Kanaohe, Hawaii, and Jerry V's Honolulu Hyundai. Jerry, it's always good to see you, and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me, Bill. Yeah, always great to see you as well.
Absolutely, our pleasure. So let's just jump right into it. You know, Jerry, I've been in this business longer than I care to admit, and you're one of the really just handful of people that I'm aware of that have really risen up through the ranks of, if I'm not mistaken, you started as a technician and risen up through fixed operations to become, you know, a dealership owner, dealership principal. And I was just curious if you could maybe talk a little bit about how that experience of coming up through fixed operations kind of informs how you approach your new role or newer role. It's been a number of years now, as you know, in terms of being the operator of now three franchise dealerships.
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, I started as a technician many years ago, and it was always a goal of mine early on when I seen how I could train and teach people, actually, because I excelled as a technician. I became a shop foreman really quickly, and I would always look at the serviceman and say, man, how do I get that job? You know? And little by little, one step at a time, I got there, and you know, I really realized that there was more to it than just fixing cars, which is a very, very important thing.
Sure.
And, you know, coming through the ranks of that, it helps me in many, many ways. One, being service minded, I think I'm really good at problem solving and peeling back the onion and understanding how things work. So throughout the years, I've always any position I've gone into in a dealership, I've always been able to understand and figure out how it works mechanically, and basically put the pieces together as a human and build relationships.
Right.
Yeah. Today, I'm glad to say I'm you know, owner and chief operating officer of the Windward Auto Group.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you know, as you said, fixing the cars is obviously very important, but that's only one part of the puzzle. It's really, you know, making sure that you're taking care of your customers and your customers are happy with their experience at your dealership, as well as employees and other stakeholders as well. So it's certainly much more than just fixing a car, as important as that is, for sure.
Oh, definitely. You know, fixing the cars is the commodity, selling the cars is the commodity, selling parts is a commodity. It's really about building long-term relationships with our customers. And that's something that I've done and our team does really, really well when it comes to retaining our customers and our guests here at the dealership.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's a great segue into the branding that you've done with your dealerships over the years. And, you know, I think marketing is something that you and your team do exceptionally well. And you're known within your market as Jerry V and
Yes.
jerryforthepeople.com. So tell us a little bit about the branding that you've done and the impact that that's had specifically on your customer relationships and customer retention around being Hawaii's dealer for the people.
Well, about 15 years ago, myself and the previous owner decided to come up with this campaign. And we realized the backstory is really important, though, why we came up with the campaign. We were coming out of 2008, where Chrysler went bankrupt, and we almost went out of business. And how we got through it is really our customers. We really had retained a core group of customers that just was so loyal to us. And we realized that we needed this unique identity. And that's why we came up with the For the People, because really the people is what did it for us. And we are for the people. You know, we're really blue collar people, hardworking people that work for our our employees and our customers. So that's how it came up. And then, on and on as things went on, we created this unique identity for myself because people buy from people.
Right.
You know, we are the Windward Auto Group, but I'm Jerry V, and I am the dealer for the people, right? So people know that, and that's why they come here. They really come here to buy from me, not just a box store, right? And that's what separates my dealership from the other dealerships, because everybody could have a Hyundai dealership, right? But what gives us that unique identity, right?
Right.
Being a dealer for the people.
Right. Right. And how do you see that impacting the service side of your business as well? Are you seeing that creates more connection with your customers on the service side as in addition to sales?
Definitely, definitely. Over the years, we've done things that have, Drive Shore is one of them actually, that have helped with our retention, but having that unique identity, people know us and they want to come here and enjoy time with us because of our culture, right? So marketing is from the beginning of something to the end, right? And you got to go all the way through it. So what I say on the radio, people see me on TV, they see my digital ads, they see our social media, but we live that in the dealership. So when they come in here, right, they get what they see. And it's very important for the conversion, whether it's an oil change, whether it's a brake flush, whether it's a new car, or whether it's an accessory.
Yep, absolutely. I think one of the things that you've done particularly well at your stores is help bring about a higher level of awareness amongst your customers that your dealerships are the best source for tires for customers coming in. And we found that, through our service retention reports, formally through the studies we've done there, as well as through anecdotal information that we get every day from discussions with dealers, that it's amazing how many people, even today in 2024, don't think of the dealership for tires when they have either a planned need to replace a set of tires or an unplanned need when they have a damaged tire. But you saw, I think, early on pretty important how important tires were in service retention. So can you talk to us a little bit about maybe some of the strategies that you put in place to raise that awareness of tires in the eyes of your service customers?
Well, really, it just started with the basics, right? Merchandising right in our service drives, talking about it in our marketing material, educating our service advisors on tires, setting up the right equipment, right? Lean processes where it's simple for the technicians and the parts department, and getting really good at it, okay? And once we understood how to basically present tires, sell tires, do alignments, we actually started a Tires for Life program within our dealership that we reinsure. We've been doing that for 14 years. We have the Drive Shore. Probably we have that. I think I've been with Drive Shore probably for 20 years. And actually, at the time of the maintenance, at the time of the oil change, at the check-in, tires, right? On your walk around, looking at tires, talking about tires. That's what it's all about, right? And the awareness, right? And then giving the customer and the guest the awareness that, hey, you got an oil change today, you have 180 days of roadside road hazard on your tires, and these are your benefits, and letting them know about it and seeing it, it's unbelievable what it's built in the amount of tires I sell a month.
That's great. That's fantastic. You mentioned the multi-point inspections that you do and how important they are. The process by which you've gone through multi-point inspections changed, over the recent past, or is it still pretty similar? Because what we found is a lot of cases where you could have 10 different people do a multi-point inspection on the same car and really have come out with 8 different results. And wonder if you've experienced that, and if what type of processes or procedures you've put in place to kind of improve that.
Well, that's a great question. So one thing is, actually, years ago we've opened up an express lane, and that was built for retention. And one really benefit I seen on the original installation was the multi-point inspection process. So I was a technician, right? And when I started, there was no official checklist that the manufacturers had and all that, but we were all trained to look at the cars, and we all looked at them in our own way, right? And then you started with a checklist. The checklist built some consistency. But it's really about process, setting the process in how you look at the cars, what your measurements are, what the difference between a seep and a leak are, what the belt should look like, what the hoses should look like. That's the main thing. Now, what has changed over the years is technology, right?
Right.
And it's helped and it's hurt in certain ways. What really helps is video walkarounds, right? Giving full transparency to your customers. It has really helped. But other than that, nothing has changed in the sense that you should do it the same every time, right? And have a set process in what the multi-point inspection is. And that's why I was a believer in the express lane. Because when you're dealing with 30 techs across a shop, it gets kind of messy with controls, right? But that express lane is such a controlled environment that multi-point inspection is very consistent.
Right, right. So when you put up your quick lube, I'm wondering what impact that had on your service scheduling and your ability to really kind of open up that service scheduling for customers. One of the things that we've heard a lot from vehicle owners over the last 18 months to 24 months is frustrations with respect to actually being able to get an appointment at the time that they want to bring their car in for service. I'm wondering how your quick lane operation may have impacted that.
Well, I can give you an evolution of our express lane. When we started it, we started with 8 oil changes a day. We had 2 bays. Within 2 years, we're up to 50 oil changes a day. And it started as a no appointment, quick, easy, no appointment necessary, quick, easy oil change. And it really worked. It really brought customers in, and it retained customers. That was another big part of our retention. It opened up capacity in the shop, okay? But the evolution kind of backfired, I gotta say, a little bit on me over time, because I couldn't grow geographically with our express lane, right? I was landlocked. And I had to go to an appointment. I had to slow it down. So it's actually, today, it's really smooth. It's a real smooth operation. And the shop itself, capacity is still opened up some, that where, especially on my Hyundai shop, where we could put back a lot of work with added service requests back into the main shop, right? So the repair shop. On the Stellantis side, it's a little bit tough because of just the capacity of Stellantis in our shop. We are also landlocked there, so we got to grow. So if I had more land, I'm there, right? Yeah.
That's a common problem throughout Hawaii, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
just,
it
especially
is.
in
It
on
is.
Oahu.
Yeah, I'm actually looking for some warehouse space right now to.
I'd like for you to just talk a moment about your experience in terms of opening up Jerry V's Hyundai, because essentially you're really starting from scratch there, correct? And for the most part, in terms of bringing that franchise up to speed in that location, correct?
Oh yeah, so we we bought the franchise from another dealer group, which really, I would say, wasn't vested in the franchise for many reasons. Not that they're a bad dealer group, they really are a good group. So when we got it, we got 1 employee, okay, in our parts department. That was it. So I actually got back to my roots as a technician, and with anticipation of buying it, I kept hiring lube techs here at Windward, and actually took the best of them and 1 senior tech and moved them over there, and actually myself did a lot of the original training on process, right? On the repair process and how the repair steps, what it takes, and verifying customer concern, checking TSBs, recalls, how to read diagnostic manuals, scan tools, the whole basic concepts of a repair. So it was accelerated growth because that market, the Honolulu market, has so many customers. So today, we're actually outgrowing that shop. It's been 2 years, and we're actually looking at some alternatives to increase the capacity of that shop. Now on the sales side, because of my marketing, right? As soon as we opened up, the other dealer was selling an average of 7 to 10 cars a month. The first month we sold 53 new out of that point. And it was because of the dealer for the people, because of Jerry. That's the only reason. Once I blasted it on TV and the radio for 15 days before, and literally leads kept coming in, and we have a really good BDC process where we convert those leads. And yeah, it was almost like a miracle. It really was. It was unbelievable.
It's great. It's been been wonderful to watch that growth. It's been
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Going back to the service side, Jerry, and customer retention specifically, looking forward, if you can look into your crystal ball in the next, 12, 24 months, what types of challenges do you foresee coming up that maybe, challenges you're seeing today or new ones on the horizon that you're, trying to prepare for?
I'd tell you the biggest challenge is technician growth. And it's been a challenge for years, and I don't see it getting any better. So we really got to dig down deep, get in contact with our colleges, get on the boards of the colleges, find alternative programs, grow your own techs. You got to be continuously recruiting. That's one big thing. The other thing is understanding the electric car market. It's kind of fizzled out in the public, but it isn't going away, right? So there's plenty of IC work out there. Obviously, stay focused on that. But we got to do something with these electric cars when they come back, and it's still going to be an opportunity, right? So what's the awareness? Tires. They eat up tires more than ICE cars. They have coolant. They have brakes. They have hydraulic systems. They have air conditioning. So obviously educating ourselves in that and having trained techs for those are super important. And the other thing is, not getting caught up in all the crazy technology, being consistent, sticking to process. That's my thing, because this AI thing keeps evolving, And I think service managers are going to get badgered with vendors on AI, I wouldn't jump in it too early.
That's right. Any customer retention initiatives or products that you've recently seen or put in place that you're excited by, that you think can have an impact on moving the needle on your customer retention?
Well, it's the basics that I've been doing for years.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a product, is DriveSure, right? I'm full believer in DriveSure, and quite frankly, I've surveyed my employees. Hey, this is an expense every month, guys. What do you think of if we just got away from the program? 100% the team says, no way. It's part of our culture, right? So I think that is one of the strongest products that I got for retention. And obviously my Tires for Life program, those two things. And the other thing isn't a product, right? It's us. It's how we treat our customers, right? And obviously people have choices, and a product isn't going to just force them to come back. You don't want them to be forced to come back. You want them to want to come back and keep servicing with you. So at that 6-year mark, when they decide to buy a car, they don't think of anywhere else but us.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about, is restarting that customer life cycle all over again. Well, Jerry, thanks very much for joining us. You've given us just a ton of great information to think about, from tires to Tires for Life to service scheduling and quick lube, and the impact that can have on your dealership. So thanks very much for sharing that. If somebody wanted to get in touch with you, ask you any questions or that type of thing, what's the best way for them to contact you?
They could email me at jromano@windwardauto.com, or just go to the website at jerryforthepeople.com and click on Contact Us and fill out the form, and I'll get back to them.
Super. Well, thank you very much, Jerry. Really appreciate you being here, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
You got it. Thank you, Bill. Always nice to see you.
Always nice to see you, Jerry. You've been listening to Retention Roadmap, Navigating Service Success for New Car Dealerships. Subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.